Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. Alright, we're doing a little bit of post-commentary here because we have a very large trip above and below the clouds to gather all of the rest of the discoveries, except for the last one. So it started right out here with Rainbow Island. What lies at the end of the rainbow? It's a question everyone asks when they're young, but as they grow older, it's often forgotten. Perhaps only the few who remember can find the legendary island at the end of the rainbow. And as you can see, we're going to be moving pretty quick here. Like I mentioned in the last part, this took me about a little over an hour to do, and we've condensed it into a 20-something minute video, so... this is the Iron Star, a strange object said to be launched by an ancient civilization. The Red Moon's purpose was long forgotten, but legends say that its eye could see the entire world. Even now, sailors navigate by its rhythmic flashing light. Phew, just barely got that one done in time. And now we're going to be heading underneath the Valuan continent. This one's basically northwest of Crescent Isle. And you can see it's a natural phenomenon that can be seen underneath the Valuan continent. It's said to be caused by electricity from yellow moonstones in the Valuan soil. Some say it's caused by a giant creature that lies deep underground. This would be the Dancing Lights. Alright, now directly north of this, we're going to be, it's pretty cleverly hidden actually, I think, underneath the Valuan continent here. We're going to discover the Rabbats. It's kind of interesting. It's a strange creature that spends its entire life hanging upside down by digging its claws into the rock face until it was discovered underneath the Valuan continent. It was thought to be a myth. And I think the rest of that said its intelligence and ferocity belie its cute appearance or something like that. Alright, so now we're going to find the Valuan Wreckage here. This one's directly northeast of Sailor's Island underneath the clouds. 20 years ago, a flagship of the Armada disappeared above the northern Nasrad near the end of the Valuan-Nasser War. Some theories mention a murder attempt on the commander of Armada, but the mysterious stuff was never explained. Like I said, we're moving along here, so... next up is going to be on the peak of this mountain here in eastern Valua. It's the Sky Ladder. So Valuan legend states that before the age of airships and air balloons, the people of the ancient world over many years built a ladder from which they could see the entire world. What would the people think of the current Valuan Armada? That's a good question. Alright, so here we can see the map for a bit just to give you a little bit of an idea where we are, because this time we're not exactly getting a discovery, we are finding a new island. So, turns out we can sail right up to it and dock. And we can hear the Sailor's Island music, which is a little bit strange. We got a couple things to do here. First off, as you can hear, is a cham. It's going to be right on the other side of this big machine in the middle here. I have no idea what that is. But let's go ahead and use that one. Come on, get over there. It takes me a little while. Alright, and now the real reason we're here, I guess the cham was part of it, but you can see there's this dude over here. Well, I never expected to get visitors way out here. My name's Eclipses. I've come to this island to further my studies of various medicines. You're on this island alone to study? You're quite strange. You're probably right. I've been called strange ever since I was a child. I was always asking questions. Why does water float when it freezes? Why is the sky blue? But that calls to mind another question. What brings you to this island anyway? Actually, I'd like to ask you to join my crew. We're in need of a doctor. I'm no doctor, I'm a chemist. I study medicines and such. I'm very happy that you would like to take me along, but I'm sorry, I cannot travel with you. Oh, well, okay then, I guess we'll just leave. No, but of course they wouldn't just throw that in there for no reason. It turns out if you return to the Delphinus and then head straight back in, we can get another little piece of dialogue with them. Oh, hello Vice, was it? What brings you here again? Of course, we're going to ask him once again. I'll ask you again, will you join my crew? I was not planning to leave this island anytime soon. Well, in fact, I was once a nobleman of Valua. I threw all that away in order to come here and pursue my studies. I have no intention of returning to the world. The only person I will leave this island to travel with is he who has a heart full of wisdom and love. When a man capable of casting the silver magic Riselem shows himself at my doorstep, I know that he's the one I will follow. Riselem? Actually, we know that spell. What? You learned that incredibly difficult spell? I see, and that means you have a heart full of wisdom and love. I've been waiting for people such as yourselves. Please, take me with you. I only hope that my research can be of some use to you. Alright, then Eclipses joins our crew as an artisan. And I guess we won't also tell him that we know a bunch of spells to instantly kill people, but we'll let that go. And it turns out Eclipses is actually the final crew member. If you remember, we pointed out a little while ago that we only needed one spot left, and Eclipses is going to be the guy to fill it. So, awesome. Alright, so now we're heading directly northwest of Sailor's Island, underneath the clouds as you can see, and we've got this discovery right here, which is the Mirage Island. And lately, sailors have been reporting sightings of Sailor's Island floating around mid-ocean. They tried to get close to the island, but to no avail. Theory has it that light reflected off Sailor's Island was creating a mirage of sorts. Cool. Alright, so now we have another discovery out here that's near the vortex to the south of Shrine Island. This is the Flying Machine, an odd-looking ship whose origins remain a complete mystery. The fluid design and the strange metal used in its hull led to theories of a ship built on another world. Some even go so far as to say that it traveled through areas without air. That would be interesting. Alright, now above the skies, directly to the west of Pirate Isle, we have the Moonstone Lake. A truly rare sight, a waterfall that runs through a vein of moonstone. The water plunges from above to carry away bits of moonstone. It's said to have mystic attributes. It's believed that those who drink the water enjoy a long life. Alright, now we've got another one underneath the clouds here. This is going to be the Bottomless Pit. It's pretty much to the west of Shrine Island, past a couple of sky rifts. I know I'm not going to have enough time to read this, so we'll just we'll not do it, but it's a pretty interesting read. Woman's weeping can be heard in the wind. Could this be the mythical entrance to the land of the dead? It's kind of an interesting thing to just randomly find on here, wouldn't you say? Alright, so now we're going to start taking the ice lands discoveries. This is the deep snow. In the sky beneath the lands of ice, a white substance rises up from beneath the clouds like some sort of secret fountain. Only ever appears in one specific place, making it even more difficult to understand. And then directly to the east, we're going to come across a pretty large island, but it's a discovery all the same. Get a chance to catch my breath a little bit there. We are going to find the Southern Cross. Kind of an interesting looking place. It's a mysterious cross-shaped island. The building that sits atop is said to be a remnant of the Purple Civilization. Legends say the long arm of the cross points toward the location of that civilization, but no one's ever confirmed it. Alright, so now at this point, we're going to take another little bit of a detour. We're actually going to head back into the ruins of ice, but from a somewhat different angle this time. As you can see, if you kind of approach it from the bottom, you can see Glacia down here. And when you get in just the right spot, you can actually land here. And we're back inside the city, but in a slightly different area this time. You can see there's actually a chest right in front of us. If you run straight forward and open it, you get a moonberry. And there's also a moonfish kind of to the left there. I'll find it eventually. There we go. So I think there's also a lift that was kind of back there that I believe would take you back to sort of the main area of Glacia. You can see it to the left right there. I kind of, yeah, it would head over that way somewhere, but there's nothing we need to collect. So we're just going to head back out the door and back to the Delphinus. Alright, so this time we're going to be on top of pretty much the tallest mountain in the lands of ice. It's kind of hard to miss. And this is going to be the Tomb of Ice, which is pretty cool, actually. It's a coffin of ice built by the father of a girl who could not bear his... built by a father who could not bear his sorrow. Its expression resembling a smile within the words, "My daughter, may your beauty be eternal." So that's kind of cool. Alright, so this one I actually ran across completely by accident. I didn't really plan this. This is one of the moving discoveries, which we're kind of saving towards the end for good reason. This is the Ghost Ship. It's an unmanned shipwreck that continues to wander the skies. Many sailors tell of a ghost ship that appeared suddenly from the fog. Some claim it was the ship of Dacket, but no evidence has been found to support that. Alright, so now this is a more regularly scheduled discovery. We're going to be underneath this area here. I don't remember exactly where this is, but this is the ancient fish. A species of fish believed to have been extinct millions of years ago. Its vestigial gills and fins look like hands and feet, seem to point to an evolutionary path from the waters to dry land and then to the skies. I believe that one's actually west of the giant squid nest, if you remember where that is. Alright, so now we have this really interesting island. It's pretty much above the skies of the Dark Rift, and yeah. I don't really know what to say about this place. There is a cham over here, though, along the jars, which you need to pick up. So let's go ahead and use that again before I forget to. There we go. Find it eventually. Alright, so you can see there's kind of a giant Hamachu, I guess. I don't know, I guess Hamachu. Oh yeah, these are the partying Hamachus. These guys are, like, totally wasted. They've had way too much to drink. Look at these guys. It's like hiccuping and everything, and like sleeping and stuff. Man, I don't know what kind of party they got going on here, but... And we also have the Hamachu dance team. Isn't that just adorable? Alright, so yeah, let's make our way on up here. We got some stuff kind of hanging here. Looks like some squid or something. And a Hamachu is talking to us. I don't know what's going on here at all. Things are just completely beyond my comprehension. And whoa, holy crap. Be quiet, Chirp. What do you want, Chirp? Whoa, who's this old guy? I'm the Hamachu Hermit, Chirp. I am their friend and caretaker, Chirp. This is our private paradise, Chirp. You're invading our privacy, Chirp. You're really starting to bother me, Chirp. If you don't leave soon, I'll have to spread bad rumors about you, Chirp. Alright, and we can ask him about a couple things here. I guess we can start with the way I fight. Okay, Chirp, I'll tell everybody about the way you fight. First off, the number of times you chirped... Okay, well, yeah, we're not going to read all of this, because he basically just kind of reads off stats. The number of fights you've been in, enemies you defeated. 3 times we ran away, which is a little more than I'd expected, actually. And the number of times we've been knocked unconscious, 1, 3, and 2, respectively, and our 4th members have never been, so... Yeah, you're just too good and rarely ever get knocked down. Yep, I'm just that good, I guess. Alright, so we can also ask him about our treasure hunting skills. And up to this point, we have actually collected 85% of the treasures in the game, which is pretty good, considering where we're at. And of course, we still got some more areas to explore and stuff. And we've caught some fish, which he's pretty much going to completely, like, yeah, harp on us for, because I don't really bother to go out of the way to get fish very often. So there you go. You can pretty much talk to this guy to get various stats on what you're doing. This kind of thing would be useful if you're going for certain titles, like Vice the Legend, for example. Like, you have to defeat, you know, so many enemies. You have to, you know, not, like, run away from battles. You have to do certain ship battles and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you have to do, like, 12 just random ship battles. So that can be good if you kind of need information about where you are on that. But now we're going to go back to the discoveries here. We're going to go south of Tinku Island. And this one's pretty easy to find. This is the Mother Tree, not to be confused with Mother 3. It's revered by Yafutomans. One of the ancient scriptures said, "He who climbs to the top will someday conquer the world." It's now 2,000 years old and no one's made it to the top. Well, I can. Let's just fly over it. Here, quick, drop me off. Let's just land on top. No, it doesn't quite work that way. And for this one, we're going to go southeast of Tinku Island and pretty much just mash A, and you'll eventually run across the Ryugu Island. If you remember, we found the Ryugu turtle before. And so the turtle brought the old man to an island of great beauty where beautiful Princess Oto awaited. They laughed and ate and danced for days. Turtle finally brought him home. 300 years have passed. So it kind of completes the story of the old man and the Ryugu turtle for us. Alright, now for this one, we're going underneath Yafutoma. It's slightly southwest of the town underneath the clouds. These are the Stone Lovers. Said that the tomb of a great Yafutoman king sitting somewhere near the statue. People of Yafutoma believe the statue was carved after his death to show the love his people had for him and the love he had for his wife. It's kind of cool. Alright, now at this point, we're actually going to take on one of the giant monster ship battles, and this is going to be the 4th and final one. So let's get it going. You can see we're fighting this big red bird thing. Whoa, check that out. What is that thing? I've never seen a bird this big before. I don't know, but it looks like he's hungry. Yeah, I guess it does. I don't know that a big metal ship would be that much of a meal, but this is the Rock. Now, it's really not too tough. This is, again, probably one of the easier ship battles you'll face. The same strategy pretty much applies here as it does about anywhere else. Focus fire on your sea turns, build up spirit in order to use the Moonstone Cannon. This guy, his attacks do basically nothing, maybe a few thousand apiece. And for most of the first round, he spends most of his time just assessing damage, waiting around, not doing anything. You really should have no trouble whatsoever with this guy. This is a super easy battle, so there's really not too much to worry about here. It makes me feel kind of bad, though, because it's just like, you know, flying alongside us. It's not doing anything. It's just hanging out, and we're kind of just coming up beside it and attacking it, you know. I feel kind of bad, but oh well, I guess that's how it goes. It was coming after us on the world map, at least, so... And it will attack us in a bit, although I think not until I actually hit it first, so that doesn't really help me there. But... Alright, so here's our round with the torpedo and the cannon. You can see that does a very considerable chunk of damage to him, so he's going to go down within a few turns. And here's his voice, which is kind of an interesting attack. You can see the ship just kind of drops and it does some damage. I don't really know how his voice would do too much, but I think we're going to talk about it here. That scream, it's too powerful. It's going to tear the ship apart. It's still coming after us. He must be really, really hungry. Yeah, pretty much. I think I haven't done post commentary in like a very long time, so I went through the text a little bit too fast on this one, but we're making it through all right. So we're gonna attack on the first turn. Okay, well, no, we're gonna switch it up a bit. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're gonna wait and actually use the Apoax first, so we can get a little extra power from the attack. And we've got plenty of SP at this point, so we might as well get the torpedo to land on the Moonstone Cannon round. And with that one, that should pretty much take it out. I don't think it'll survive beyond that. Alright, so we got some boosts going here. See, now that's a little bit more of an attack, I think, but it actually did less damage now, so go figure. And you might as well get a cannon shot off every now and then. You can see that does a lot of damage now that we've been powered up, so he's definitely not going to survive the Moonstone Cannon. That's pretty much guaranteed. It's a pretty cool looking enemy though, a big giant red and yellow bird. It's really neat. Vice, awaiting orders. What should we do? Of course, we're going to take that thing straight on. Let's finish it off. Aim for its head. Yeah, there you go. Take a risk sometime, pretty much. So, no need to watch out for its attacks. We're just going to swing around right in front of it and pretty much blast the thing in the face. You can see we've got a torpedo waiting, and we got the Moonstone Cannon, so it's going to be a little more aggressive against us. You can see it's kind of got a, 2 yellows and a red in there, whereas I think the other one was just all green, but that really doesn't mean anything. Smack him in the face with the Moonstone Cannon, this guy's going to go down. So, no contest there whatsoever. Like I said, this is a very easy battle. So he goes down, we fly off, and then we get to reap the rewards. Plenty of experience, probably a captain's stripe. Actually, maybe you don't, I don't remember. No, okay, you get a gold bullion. Well, that's just something you can sell to the merchant, get some money for. Alright, so next up, we're going to go back to discoveries. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing for the rest of the video. This one's up here. It's pretty easy to find. It's the Alupas, an ancient species that predates the Ixotacan civilization. The Alupas live quietly in their forest. Calm, proud demeanors earn the name Sages of the Forest, also known for choosing their mates for life. Interesting. Alright, now with this one, you pretty much want to get right above Rixus, then head southwest. The smaller island down here is going to house the Observatory. It's a civilization once flourished in this land under the Green Moon. Observatory built on the Ixotacan Plateau speaks of their advanced study, but they could do naught but watch as a shower of moonstones destroyed their culture, pretty much. Alright, now with this one, I kind of wanted to give you a frame of reference. You want to get right over top of the Looper's Nest and head north, and eventually the screen will black out just like that. You press A right then and you find the Eclipse Point. It's the only place in the world where a lunar eclipse can be observed at predictable intervals. Eclipses where a golden ring can be seen around the moon are seen as good omens, and complete eclipses are said to portend an impending disaster. So thankfully, I think we saw it all the way around, but... Alright, now here we're going to start taking on the moving discoveries. We've got 5 left to find since we went ahead and just kind of found the ghost ship, by sheer luck. And we're going to do kind of an interesting strategy here. We're going to get over top of Gordo's Bistro, face the southwest, and save. And we're going to kind of take advantage of the fact that moving discoveries always spawn at the same point and go in the same direction. So basically we're setting up right next to where the discovery is. Once you reload, we can head straight forward to the southwest here. And this one's still a little bit tricky to find just because it's actually pretty small. You probably won't even be able to see it in the video. But on the far left, you can see there's these little yellow speckles. Like I said, this one could be pretty tough, but these are the Flutterflies. It's a butterfly that travels in groups in search of balloon flower nectar. Their remarkable endurance allows them to cross vast spans without sleeping or resting. And their larvae produce silk. But the next one, we're going to hover pretty much right on top of the Ancient Ruins discovery, which is southwest of the Maw of Tardis, if you don't remember. We're going to Then once you reload, actually you can just wait straight to the west. And as you can see, eventually it's going to come pretty much right in front of our faces, right towards us. You can see this is the flying Flail. It's an ancient history book, shows records of contests of strength in which athletes would spin balls of steel at great speed, launch them in the air to see whose ball traveled the furthest. Could this ball be from such a contest? Well, he probably would have won, I can tell you that much. So here we are over top of the Temple of Pyron, which is now ruined after our battle with the Red Gigas. So here we head to the south, and you can see the discoveries right in front of us. Now, this one moves really quick, so you gotta be trying to cut it off. You can see you just barely catch up to it. This is the Sky Train. Rail car of similar nature currently exists in Valua. This flying train is believed to have once carried passengers between the lands of the red, green, and purple moons. Although no more passengers board, the Sky Train carries on, pretty much. Alright, now with this one, I was going to use the save and reload tactic. You can see you need to get right under the Guardian walls, pretty much, and then head to the east. But I was lucky, and it was actually just right there, so, well, here we go. This is the Deep Iron Star. It's a metallic relic of the ancient world. Legend has it that the ancients once harnessed the power of the blue moon to be able to detect sound waves to know when their enemies was approaching. So perhaps this machine once served such a purpose, maybe. Alright, so for this one we're going to go underneath Ryukon's island, and I believe this is going to be the final discovery. You go underneath that island, face to the north, save and reload, and then get going once you load back up. And this one is really easy to find. You can't miss it. If we look over to the eastern side, we're going to see, eventually, there it is. You can see it in the background there, this giant boulder kind of rolling along the floor here. And this is going to mark our final discovery, the Rolling Stone. Not the Rolling Rock, unfortunately. And the Dark Rift, there is a boulder that defies the power of the storm within which it lives. Scientists tried to study the rock to figure out how it floats, but it moves with such speed that any ship that gets too close is pulled into the depths. Except for us, of course, because we're awesome. Alright, so that marks the end of our discovery journey. As you can see, I'm going to flip through all the pages in our log here, and we have got every single one of them on every single page, except for the very last one. Like I said before, we're not going to be able to get that one for a little while. It's not actually even a discovery that you find out in the world. It's actually one that you get for turning in all the moonfish. So we're going to have to wait for that one, but we are now done with all of the world discoveries, and we never have to worry about them again. So that's awesome. One less side thing we have to worry about. Alright, so that's going to do it, and next time we will pretty much get back to the story. I think we might want to drop off some moonfish, maybe sell these discoveries, but after that, it's story time, Mauve TARDIS. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.